How should a project manager communicate the current focus? I'm really excited about this one because this is so key. I read in the book Silos, Politics, and Turf Wars by Patrick Lencioni that it's so important to get away from silos, politics, and turf wars by making sure that we have a strenuous performance goal or a rally cry or a single focus. And that's what takes teams with a multiplier leader with the right behaviors towards integration and away from silos, politics, and turf wars. And I'm really excited about this because businesses work best that way. Software development companies work best that way. Construction projects work best that way. Every entity, every team on the face of the planet works best if there is a one clear focus. The question is, as a project manager, how do you do that? And I'll just tell you a couple of things that a project manager can do. Number one, it doesn't have to be the same for the whole project, but right now, what is the one single most important thing? Is it a milestone? Is it a behavior? Is it the approach towards the owner? And we repeat that at least 7 times. We repeat it in team meetings. We repeat it in foreman huddles. We repeat it over and over to where you could ask anybody on the site, hey, what's the current focus? They're like, it's that. You're like, yep, absolutely. I remember doing this at Hensel Phelps with Brad Nelson and Eric Neese, and literally the key focuses right at the time, we educated the workforce constantly. And I remember our insurance rep came out and was like, oh, really? You have that? And this is a super true story. All of my stories are true. But if I ever make one up, I tell you. He went out and grabbed a worker and he was going to show us a thing or two. He was like, what's the current focus? And he didn't get all 5. The worker didn't get all 5. But he got 4 exactly right and generally described the 5th one in his own words. And the insurance rep was like, wow, that's pretty cool. So the question is, what is the single most important thing right now? And does everybody know it? Number 2, like I already said, you can tie it to a milestone goal. And I like that. What are we working on the project? What's the next milestone? I got so obsessed with this at the Bioscience Research Laboratory. And Hensel Phelps does 0 point, 1/3 point, 2/3 point, and then 3/3 point reviews throughout the project. And the most important when I was working there were, it's changed now, but it was the 1/3, 2/3 point reviews. And in those reviews, it could be close to a milestone. It could be the exact 1/3 point, but you had the review to check how the project was going. And when Ryan and I were doing the Bioscience Research Laboratory, we split the project up like that. So it was like, nope, our biggest focus before the end of structure is obviously topping out the structure, but also we want the basement waterproofing, 100% sealed up and terminated. We want to make sure that we have all of our vertical infrastructure ready to go to support air handlers. And I would just go through a list of things. And then the 2/3 point milestone was aligned to air on. And it was like, okay, what do we need? Well, we need air handlers up and ready to go, in hand, building closed. We need to make sure that we have the built-in bathrooms for the workers. We need to make sure that we're beginning commissioning and all of these things, right? And so that rallied the team. In fact, we got so crazy about it. At the end, we had these little yellow brick road documents, which was on a calendar, like a 30-day calendar. And we would write the key things we were doing that month, laminate it, put it on the desk, and we called it the yellow brick road because it showed exactly how we were going to finish that month strong. Number 3, visual boards. I remember a management committee team member at DPR saying, I can't remember the exact timeline. The story changed every time I heard it, but he's like, if you can't see the plan in 90 seconds on the wall, you don't have a plan. And that's true. Like if you have to go dig into 76 pages or 260 pages of schedule and watch a 4D video and go through a couple-hour orientation, there's no plan on that project. I remember a scheduler who doesn't work there anymore working on a big project for Facebook. And he was like, oh, Jason, I can show you the plan. Okay, well, show it to me. Well, you'd have to look at the 260-page master schedule with the parent activities and then the 2,300-page full schedule with the child activities and go through a 30-minute 4D schedule and orientation video, 1-hour orientation, and we'd have to take you through 5 hours of training. And I was like, you don't have a plan. This was the most ridiculous encounter I've ever had in my entire life. You should be able to see the overall macro master schedule, everything that's going on in a project on the wall at a glance in literally 30 seconds. With TAC planning, you can do that. 100%. And if we start to implement situation rooms like I recommend, you'll be able to do that even better. So you've got to be able to visualize the plan. The other thing is number 4 is daily huddles and our communication system. Remember the deliverables of you have your macro, your pull plan, your norm, your look ahead, your weekly work plan, your day plan, and the information that goes on the crew board. Everything's tailored to a different person at a different time, scaled through the meeting system so everybody knows the plan. Number 5, this one's quick. Repeat the message over and over. That's why I like morning worker huddles so well. Everybody gathers, and I won't stop saying something until I've said it at least 7 times. Number 6, connect it to a purpose. I remember at the Bioscience Research Laboratory, we were always saying, we're going to be the cleanest job site in Arizona. We're going to be the cleanest job site in Arizona. And our rally cry was clean and steady, or limpio y constante. That my accent isn't great with my teeth, but literally we had a rally cry. Everybody knew what we were about, and we tied it to the end user, the neighbors, and the clients. And lastly, clarify what's not the focus. I would constantly say, we're not pushing. We're not going to rush workers. We're not going to blow past quality defects. We're not. So people knew through the nots and the what, we are going to do what our focus was and where we were headed. This is such a cool list. I hadn't even thought about this list in detail until this YouTube shoot. I'm going to put this into a blog post and a visual Canva graphic for you and encourage you to, as a project manager, establish the focus on your project. On we go.